Have you ever felt and looked really confident, right? You're dressed up, you're looking 11 out of 10, you walk out of the house, feeling great, you're on a roll, the energy feels good, you're feeling yourself, you're telling yourself today is the day, and then all of a sudden you trip, right? You trip over something, or even worse, you drop your phone smashes, right? Or you bump your head. You know these cliche things that's happened to everyone? And then we say something like, why God, why? Ouch, oh my God, why? You know, we get really frustrated, like, God just punished me because I was feeling too confident. You know, I was too confident and I needed to be shut down. Or when we get too head over heels about something or too ahead of ourselves of something.
Something humbles us.
If it's not someone else, right? If it's not someone online or someone in real life, something humbles us, right? It's like the energy, the universe. Is it because people hate to see us happy? Is it really because people like humbling, confident people? Why does that happen? Right? Why are we constantly getting humbled? And is it really a bad thing? Hello, beautiful people. This week, we are wrapping up our series on the 7 deadly sins as we have come down to the last, but not the least, one of the most complex and deeply rooted sin: pride. Pride is rated the worst sin of all. But why? Okay, I'll give you a little bit of the background on pride. I don't consider myself a Christian, but the background on pride and why it's the worst one of all is because of Lucifer. Lucifer is the devil, as you know, but Lucifer was once a beautiful angel. He was created so perfectly, and one of the most beautiful angels that God has created. He became vain and he became full of pride, and it kind of twisted his own judgment of himself. He thought that he was the best and he could outdo God. So pride led to Lucifer's downfall, and he was banished and aborted from heaven. Pride is often seen as the worst of the 7 deadly sins because it is the root of all the other sins. Because it is the feeling of arrogance and entitlement that drives people to elevate themselves above others. And in Lucifer's case, above God. Pride blinds us to our own flaws, making us less open to our personal growth and humility. And like I said, because it is the reason why Lucifer fell from grace, which led into rebellion and disobedience, right? When we're kids, before our frontal cortex have developed, we tend to think we're better than everyone, especially when you're 13, right? You think you have the world figured out. We rebel against our parents. We become disobedient. And then we go through a series of things. Our parents warn us about this, about that, and then we come back after we've played with fire and got burnt a couple of times. We come back to our parents and we tell them, hey, you're right.
Wow, love bombing really works on me, bro. His love bombing and my Delulu really be fucking fire though. Cause why wouldn't he be obsessed with me? Baby girl, I'm gonna marry you one day. Yeah? Who wouldn't want to wife me up? No one has ever made me feel this way before. Well, duh. I'm known to have that effect on people. I have never been so in love. You are so perfect. Tell me something I don't know. I am so delulu that I genuinely think that it's a perfectly normal reaction to being around me. Why wouldn't they fall in love with me within the first week of dating? So, yeah. Okay, I love you always. Bye.
I don't know about anyone else, but I was cringing that entire time. That was very hard to digest. But at least she knows she's delusional. Backing yourself up, as you should, as we should back ourselves up and be confident. But this is when confidence turns into pride and turns into delusion. You think you're the best, you're not able to see the truth. It's obviously clouding her judgment. If she's doing this for lols, I mean, it's not funny. I don't know the purpose of this. It was really hard to watch. Everyone is saying love, Leo, and love bombing by a Scorpio. Are you perhaps a Leo? But yeah, basically just everyone just bringing up star signs. I don't know. Apparently though, and I didn't know this until recently, but apparently star signs is like a witchy thing, right? Star signs is like against God in a way. I don't know why. I didn't read too much into it, but apparently becoming too obsessed with star signs and apparently being too obsessed with star signs and doing yoga is also a sin. I don't know too much about that, but the world is also starting to become obsessed with star signs as well. It's a GPS in a way for young people, especially young women. Like star signs have always been popular, but recently because of social media, it's gotten more popular and young women are becoming more obsessed and reliant on star signs as a way to navigate through life. It's really strange. It's really weird. It's fun, right? It's fun because it's kind of accurate in a way in terms of describing your personality, but at the same time, anyone can be really anything. It's just, I believe it's certain phases. I don't think that a piece of article, like a written article on star signs is going to dictate my future or tell me who I am exactly as a person. But I get the fun of it, but that's another topic for another day, but I just wanted to touch on that because the comment section. The Solulu is, it's so big. The self-love trend is so big. It's pitting women and men once again against each other. You're better than him. Who wouldn't want to love me? Who wouldn't want to date me? Instead of saying I love myself and I embrace myself and I love the world around me, it's starting to turn into everybody wants to love me. Everybody wants to be around me. Who wouldn't want a piece of this? It's starting to become like a level of obsession and self-righteousness. It's becoming a trend to want to be obsessed with ourselves and to have other people be obsessed with us, right? But be careful what you wish for because there will be consequences. If people are obsessed with you, it leads to a lot of other issues, which we don't have enough time to touch on. It's such a broad subject. It's funny. It's funny how much, especially young women, want to be obsessed over. It's weird. It's strange. You don't want to be objectified, but you want people to be obsessed with you. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, food for thought, let's move on.
If you want to manifest a specific person into your life, I got you. This could be an ex, this could be a crush, this could be someone new that you don't even know exists. Whoever it is, baby, we're gonna have them. They're yours.
Why is she saying baby?
I'm a literal witch when it comes to manifesting people into my life.
Again, someone online promoting that they're a witch. All these young women are into witchy things. They want to be witches. They want people to obsess over them. It's strange.
And I've had clients do the same, my friends do the same, and every single time they're like, Romany, this is fucked. Like, they've literally messaged me not even 15 minutes later. And I'm like, baby, I know, you can literally have anybody you want. Like, that's no word of a lie. The first thing you need to understand is you can have anyone. I don't give a heck if you've been thinking, I'm not hot enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not sexy enough, I'm not skinny enough. What? No. You can have anyone. The next thing you need to understand is that no one has free will. Now, that sounds kind of fucked up.
I can have anyone.
I want Justin Bieber to be my husband.
Sorry, Haley.
What is she talking about? And no one has free will. This sounds so witchy and so manipulative. It's really whack. And also, who the hell is her client? Who is paying this girl to be their therapist or love coach? And why does she have 319,000 likes on this? This makes zero sense.
But hear me out. Everybody out there is a projection of what's going on in here, right? Nothing exists out there without it existing in here. If you're looking in a mirror, the mirror's not going to smile back to you unless you smile, right? What that means is nothing out here or the people you're obsessed with are going to change or see you any differently unless you see yourself differently in here. This is where self-concept comes into it. You need to think that you are the baddest bitch and everyone is obsessed with you, because they are. If you think they're obsessed with you, they are. Like, you gotta be Delulu here. This is why we're always talking about Delulu, you know what I'm saying? So if they're... Lol, my dog. So say you're specifically trying to manifest an ex back. If you have in your head that they don't want me, they hate me, I don't give a shit if they blocked you. Like, you can have them back.
Why would anyone want to get back with an ex if they were toxic and if your relationship was bad to the point where that they had to block you? What person in their right mind would still do witchcraft things to have their ex back? I cannot. I can't.
Like, you've got to change how they see you. So you need to start walking around going, they love me. They're obsessed with me. Like, they cannot stop thinking about me. Da, 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 da. You get what I'm saying?
I don't, but...
When you start to think that in here, watch their behavior change. Texts come out of the woodwork. They unblock you out of the woodwork. I've even had a client be emailed because she blocked them on everything. To see this change out here, you've got to change in here. If you have any questions, let me know, but I can make so many videos on this.
Please do not make any more videos. Please stop. Please stop giving poison and toxicity to young people with your BS. How old is she? Like, anyone can be a dating guru now these days. Literally, I can literally go online, right? Pay for a tick on my profile and start giving dating advices out to people. This is crazy advice, right? We cannot, absolutely cannot think that we are whoever we want to think. If I think I'm a white woman, people are gonna start literally berating me.
Because I'm not.
Manifestation works if done correctly.
Well, I guess she did say she was a witch.
This is complete bonkers. And it's crazy that she's got 319,000 likes on this video. People are taking this into consideration. That's wild. It's wild how far we go to have people love us back. I guess it's like we are lacking self-love in a way, but we're also putting a band-aid on it and trying to medicate in the wrong way, trying to heal, but in the wrong way. This is not healing. This is absolutely bonkers. I guess you can see this type of stuff on TikTok. I don't think you can see this on YouTube. You can't see this type of stuff on Instagram either. It's TikTok. It's crazy. TikTok is crazy. She said, whoever you want to be, you can have them. People are not yours to have. If somebody doesn't like you back, right? If they don't like you back, they're not playing games with you, right? It's very much that simple. And if somebody does like you and they're playing games, why would you even want someone so mentally unstable in the first place? Let them sort their crap out. Stop playing games with children and move on and find someone who doesn't play games. If someone doesn't like you back, you move on, you love yourself back. That's end of story. Why do we have to make someone love us back if that person doesn't want to? It's the same goes for women and men. People don't have to like you. Get over it. Let's keep going.
Babe, when I was dead, this office is getting toxic at this point.
But what is that giving?
Yes, he's giving obsessed.
Because
it's getting
you know why?
toxic because you're so in his head.
No. But also, Britney Spears' Toxic is his favourite song. He's referencing his favourite song because he loves Britney.
Other friend blocked me, his cousin blocked me. And I finally got through to his mum. And then his mum replied back saying, you're a fucking psychopath, stay away from my son. And I was like, oh, so you've told your mum about us? Like, you're obsessed. No!
Yeah, and another thing is people are like, this whole Delulu culture is like supporting people's rights and supporting people's wrongs. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people saying, I support women's rights and I support women's wrongs. That's the first thing. And the second thing is everyone on TikTok is like obsessed with psychopaths, right? There's like this girl that's like, I'm a diagnosed psychopath and blah, blah, blah. She looks like she has dead eyes and she's got like millions of likes on her videos. And people are like,
Oh my god, tell us about this, tell us about that. Oh, I think I'm a psychopath too.
like, people are so obsessed with wanting to be a psychopath or like, and like being toxic and supporting each other when they're participating in toxic behavior and feeding into each other's delusion. I guess, like, what's that sentence? Birds of the same feather flock together. But it's not anybody's fault. People don't realize. It's really freaking sad. People aren't aware. But let's keep watching.
Why would he tell his mum if he didn't think you were long term?
Right.
I'm sending a voice note. You're toxic and sleeping.
That's crazy. She looks like an absolute full-blown psychopath. Look at those eyes.
Yeah, I love that, babe. He was like, can I piss on you? And I was like, oh my god. He knows I'm trying to up my skincare, and
Oh
urine is
my
good for your
God,
skin.
That is disgusting. These people have zero self-respect to even say something like this. It's not funny. Nothing about this is A-grade humor. It's self-degrading, but not in a good way or funny way. It's just straight up.
Who raised you?
Antibacterial.
Antibacterial. He's literally looking out for me and my skin.
Clear skin
He's such a
2023.
good man.
Wow.
Basically, I drove past his house the other day, and like he left his bedroom light on, and I'm telling you, he's big on the environment. Like he wouldn't
he
just leave the light on. He
was.
sleeps with the light off, so he knew I was gonna go past.
And he was trying to use it to get you to come in.
Right.
Why didn't you go in? You should have went in.
No, I was like a little bit nervous that he
Let's
would, like,
go.
punch me
Let's
again.
go now. Let's go now. Yeah, let's go. We should go. Let's go. Come on.
Nothing about that was funny. I don't know what type of humor you're into, but that wasn't a comedy skit in my opinion. That was just two people who are saying really disrespectful things to themselves, meanwhile spreading more delusions to perhaps the younger generation, because I would think that most of the audience on TikTok are young people these days. It's weird. Let's look at this. Them mocking a guy who are preaching about God. When they say them, I would assume, judging on the flag and it says Happy Pride Day at the bottom, them probably is the LGBTQ community. Someone said Tate is brave enough to do that, and I'm sure that God is proud of him. What's Tate? Tate is the Filipino term that means father or dad, and then everything else is just in Filipino. I believe that the Christian man on the ground, probably begging for them to repent, he's shoving his happiness in someone else's face. That's really effed up. Even if you don't agree with what someone is saying, you don't have to film them, make fun of them, and shove your happiness in their face to make them look bad. That is a crazy amount of pride. Anyway, let's look at the last one. Yeah, so basically it's just Adele singing When We Were Young with a pride flag over her shoulders, and the comment actually made me restore my faith in humanity. These people have clarity in the comment section, while some people anyway. Someone said, please no, Adele, you were the best and I love you too much, but why did you become like this? Please no. Someone else said, no, not Adele, also vomit face. Someone else said, why are people supporting them? Why? I love Adele, but why? People are just saying why? So many people saying why. I mean, I don't think Adele wanted to do this. I think it's her management. I think Adele is a very controlled celebrity. There was this video of Adele like crying and kind of shaking because she won an award, but she had to put Beyonce up there first. She had to look after Beyonce's feelings. It's just crazy. It's crazy how social media is. It's crazy how corrupted the entertainment industry is. It's crazy how we are slamming pride, which is fundamentally a sin. You don't have to be religious to know this. It's common sense. Having arrogance and being delusional, it's not a good trait. It's not an honorable characteristic. Anyone with common sense, you don't have to be religious to know that pride is evil. It's really bad for you. Anyone with common sense, like, even when you are just feeling really overly confident, not even probably prideful, even if you're just feeling overly confident and slightly arrogant, you say something and you get humbled. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, in the intro, you become a little bit too elevated and something will bring you down, something will humble you. We learn little minor lessons every day. No marketing that came out of the government, no marketing strategy that came out of the government, such as Pride Month and this LGBTQ marketing thing, nothing is an accident. They picked the word pride on purpose. They picked that word on purpose because they know it's a sin. It's really quite evil. And people are thinking that it's fun. People are not aware about this. Why can't people be gay and express themselves without having pride written somewhere? You can just be gay like you are if you were straight. Like, I get that the gay people have fought for a movement, but Pride and the LGBTQ community has just, it's so pompous now. It's blown so out of proportion now. It's become like Mardi Gras and everything. There are literal grown-ass men in G-strings around children and around families near restaurants during nighttime, during Pride Month and Mardi Gras. It's really weird. Why can't people just be themselves without pride and being delusional and going crazy? It's insane. It's not normal. When you're delusional, it stops you from seeing the truth. That's exactly what they want. Whoever they you think might be, that's exactly what they want. It's crazy. It's really effed up. You know, like I said, there's a difference between self-love and self-obsession. And self-love is not wrong. Self-obsession is wrong. It's really wrong. And it's not just me saying this. It's a psychological thing. There's a psychological and spiritual and emotional factor that plays into it. It affects all of them. Anything that's out of balance will affect you negatively. Pride and arrogance can lead to various mental issues. If you're not careful, it can easily turn into, like I said, self-obsession and even narcissism. That's really dangerous. And everyone will start becoming a sociopath. Everyone will slowly be antisocial, slowly be separated into their own little world, right? People will stop coming together. Everyone will think, if every single person, which they are now, they really are, if every single person thinks that they're better than other people, which most people do these days now, no one will come together, right? Is it divide and conquer? While we can celebrate the gay community, it's really hard to ignore and also really strange that the Liberal Party is using Pride Month, Pride is using specifically the word pride as a marketing tool for the LGBTQ community. And it's turning pride into something to sell. It is. Pride is something to sell. They're capitalizing on the sins. They're capitalizing on self-love. They're capitalizing on whatever they can capitalize on. I'm telling you guys, they're going to start selling air soon. I've said this before and I'm saying this now. Are they truly supporting the cause? Or is this just another hype, like the Me Too movement and now this pride thing? It's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. They could have used a gazillion other words in the dictionary, but they chose pride. That one word on purpose. It's whack. It's not an accident. It's definitely not an accident.